But I mean, I'm not saying that like as grown men we couldn't like deliver a huge forceful kick to a child and like absolutely knock him into the next county.
Yeah, they don't let me wag my dick in the Better Business Bureau anymore.
Not anymore, at least.
No. He held in a shit for 11 hours, thought he was God. Now we met him.
Sounds like a medical condition.
Yeah, like the whooping cough.
Like walking pneumonia or something like that. I got walking boners.
Welcome.
Bitch, I eat another butter on the block. I fuck your mother. It's the Dapper fucking dads. We coming back. And I don't know. I couldn't think of it.
You really fucked it up.
Just like I fuck everything up.
Episode
like
62.
62-year-old Gash.
No, I'm going to edit that out.
We can't.
Welcome back
to the Dapper
62.
motherfucking dads.
I'm
everybody.
Drama.
And I'm Fast
And
Finger
we're going to
Slim.
talk over each other
Constantly the whole time. It's going to be just a literal audio barrage in everyone's face the whole time.
When someone tuned in for the first time and really turned it off.
If you turned in on 63 for the first time, what are you even
62.
doing?
63 doesn't exist.
Yet.
Never.
Ever. This is the last episode of the Dapper Dads.
No, we just go straight to 64 and leave the people wondering.
Nothing wrong with that. Gotta keep the people wanting more.
I've accidentally promoted in social media the wrong numbers because it's very confusing to record a number and then release a number.
Shit happens.
Everything's very confusing. We are speaking to you from a week in the past. If you're listening on Friday, the entering date here.
If you're listening on Friday, then you're going to be getting it on the
interesting. Go to www.thedapperdads.com and do the things.
Do the things. We got all kinds of things there. I still haven't gotten any pictures of fantastic breasts of 4027 Dapper yet.
You need to stop harping on that.
Because I really want someone to send me a fantastic pair of breasts
this
that
just
say.
Seems thirsty and upsetting.
I just want to see someone, because you see it all the time on like pages.
Well, that's in the future. You got to let them just happen.
Well, I know, but I want someone to write "I love you, Slim" on their breast and send it to me. That's all I want.
Please don't do that.
I'm begging someone to do it.
What we do really need people to do, and we haven't brought it up because we're bad at promotion. If you listen to this on the Apple Podcast app or iTunes, go ahead and leave us a glowing 5-star rating with a review.
Yes.
Now, the way that works is very confusing. You just go to whatever the fuck, click on the stars, but you got to leave a review along with your rating. And if it doesn't let you, it's because the name is taken. And you'll be surprised at all the names that are taken. So just make up some garbage.
Just keep trying. Because 100%, we have promoted this in earlier episodes, but we kind of fell off. At 105 stars, we are giving away an exclusive piece of Dapper Dad's merchandise. We don't know what it is yet.
Nope.
It's going to be something. We have at least a small bushel full of ideas that we're going to be pulling from for this.
We got things in the hopper.
But whoever wins that, you're going to win something really fantastic. And who knows, you could get it hand delivered by the dads to you.
The only way you can win it is if you leave a review because we can't check the ratings.
No, and just so everyone knows, we cannot we cannot use reviews from Facebook. We cannot use them from Podbean.
But if you do want to leave reviews on Facebook, I don't give a fuck about the other one, honestly. It doesn't seem to do anything. But Facebook is cool. Leave them on there. Shout out to Podbean also. Our month is over, but thank you for featuring us.
Yes, I was getting emails every fucking day. You have new followers on Podbean.
Yeah, I still do. I'm going to turn that email off because it's honestly insane.
No, but it makes you feel good, though, that we got so many people checking us out and following us.
It is nice. So if you tuned in from Podbean, shout out to you.
Yes.
Get in touch with us.
Let us know where you found us at.
Yeah, you can email us at dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. You can also call or text 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Call or text anything. If you call and leave a voicemail, we will play it on the show.
And if you text, odds are Slim is going to be texting you back.
Yeah, someone will text you back. Also, shout out to everyone copping the sweet, sweet new merch. It's all of our old designs in long sleeves because it's time to pack up your arms for the winter. I was recently reminded I worked at a machine shop a few years back when I was still employed by the government and whatnot.
Back when the government could put chains on me and tie me down.
Back when I was held back by the man and taxes were a thing. I worked.
It's actually more American to not pay your taxes, kids.
It's true.
I mean, why do you think we did the whole Boston Tea Party? It's because we wanted to fight the taxes. We didn't want to pay taxes.
Tea, am I right?
Fuck taxes.
Teabag the tea. There was a man who would wear very skimpy tank tops in our department, and his nipples would slip out. I affectionately referred to him as Nip Slip.
Nothing wrong with that.
And you knew every year when it was finally fall, he'd start wearing a sweater and he'd pack them up. So, when the nipples go away, it's time to cover your arms, and you can do that by copying a sweet, sweet new long sleeve.
That was the highest I've ever heard your voice go, and I have seen you get some testicular trauma to your
it's torsion.
Torsion. I've seen you get testicular torsion to your drama regions, and your voice goes pretty high.
Yeah, I knew a kid in school who had testicular torsion, which is where your balls wrap around each other just for fun. And another kid.
I'm just picturing like an old school cartoon where it's just like whoop, and they just like twist it up.
I also knew a kid who I knew a kid who got it from wrestling, but the kid I went to school with had to have a surgery because if you don't take care of it, your nuts will explode. And another kid just goes, "Your nuts explode!" And forever he would just
there
be
with
like,
his nuts hurting.
"Your nuts explode!"
I mean, it can happen.
Yeah, it can.
We've discussed this on the show before. Testicles do explode.
We've discussed everything on here. It's
yeah.
episode 62. Follow us on Twitter at DapperDads, where we talk about testicles in great length. Uncensored, unfiltered, not blocked by anyone yet.
At all.
Nope, we won't allow you to. We'll make a separate Twitter if you block us.
And we'll follow you with that one.
Yeah, we'll find you. I don't give a fuck. I have time.
Check us out on Instagram.
At dapperdadspodcast, where we post pictures of balls, but they're not ours. Or maybe they are. You have to guess. New balls every Friday. Better than the episodes. Episode 62. We've made it. This is the episode I've waited the longest for.
Why is that?
Because it's the newest one.
I see that.
Fucking got you, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, once again.
I was watching the movie Hostel.
A classic.
As part of my my October. I'm doing pretty good, actually.
You're doing very good so far. I've been
trying.
keeping up with your Instagram story.
Yeah, if you want to know what I'm watching, look at my Instagram story, at BrainDeadDrama, and I post whatever I'm watching.
If you want to see handsome pictures of my face and all sorts of weird things that I post, check out Fast Finger Slim Official.
Yeah, because there's so many fake ones out there. Make sure
you never know. You never know. It's going to happen eventually.
Someone make a fake
At one point, somebody made so I've been going by Fast Finger Slim for a very, very long time before we even started. 12. Yeah, since I was, a wee youngin. And
we were never wee.
Someone actually made a fake Instagram parroting me back probably like 5-7 years ago as slow toe fat.
Huh. That's a thing.
It's the exact opposite of everything in my name.
But it doesn't work good.
But what they did, the only picture they ever, you can still look this up. It's still an Instagram profile. The only picture they ever posted was a picture of a Little Debbie like snack cake box, and it said Little Debbie's my girlfriend.
Can you confirm or deny that she is your girlfriend?
I mean, I wrote a short story back in the day about a drunk who has sex with a Little Debbie cutout, like a cardboard display from like a store.
Yeah,
it's still floating around on a laptop. It's still floating around on the internet. It's published. It's out there.
We should scrub that. I think
it's a thing.
We should scrub it.
It's 100% a thing. Very Chuck Palahniuk inspired.
Yeah, I've noticed you have all of his books.
Love me some good Chuck Palahniuk. He's got a new one out I didn't even know about. I was just at Barnes & Noble just browsing through the books, and that's how it always happens with his. I fucking love reading, man. More people should read. I actually.
Oh, no.
No, 100%.
We're not going to promote that on here.
I am promoting reading. Slim loves you if you read books.
You don't want
Even if you don't read books, Slim still loves you, but he thinks you should read books.
I think you shouldn't read books. It's all propaganda.
Well, everything's propaganda if you want to put it that way. We're propaganda.
No, we're not. We're just life, just thrown out of our stupid little brains. I was watching Hostel, and you remember how all those kids want to fucking rob the people?
Yeah.
How many kids do you think you could fight off? Because like I could kick many.
How old are these
They're
children?
all like 7.
I'd say at least 7 of them. 7-7-year-olds.
7-7s.
Well, because I mean, I feel because like kids are kind of like
you could just kick the shit.
But like kids are kind of resilient and strong, though, Because I mean,
with
like,
a good kick.
But I mean, I'm not saying that like as grown men we couldn't like deliver a huge forceful kick to a child and like absolutely knock him into the next county. Because I 100% believe I could deliver a nice full roadhouse swing to the side of a child's jaw and just send him out 2 counties over.
You don't even have to put your leg up that high.
But that's the even better part. You got roadhouse kick a man. You got to have that Swayze style flexibility to do it.
My knees can't do it.
But I mean, think about it. When you were a kid, you were more resilient to that kind of shit. You could like fall off your bike. I mean, not that, but I mean, like you could like fall off your bike. You could get scraped up and like roughed up and shit, and you could handle it better as an adult. I've seen you take some massive spills even this year that I feel like you could have handled better as a child.
Well, yeah, I'd hope so.
I wouldn't have lived. I am just praying to God you don't die again when we go to Madison on the 19th, because that is just gonna fuck
I've
everything.
also felt really hard at the first Pew show, and
yeah.
by the time you're listening to this and the day it comes out will be in Chicago this Sunday.
Yes.
The 14th to see Pew 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 again.
Yeah, so if you're going to be in the Chicago area on October 14th, we're going to be roaming around the city. We're going to be having a real fun dad day, just exploring the city, checking out Record Shop. Make sure you check us out at Richards. You know you're going to be able to find us there. Also, on the 19th, later that week, we are going to be in Madison checking out our favorite rapper ever, Prof. And I don't want to suck your dick on the show again, but this lovely, handsome gentleman that sits across from me got the entire dad squad on the guest list for this show, which is in and of itself an amazing feat. First of all, I've never personally been on a guest list for anything, so this makes me feel great.
Feels so powerful to be.
It is. We're just gonna strut in there with our big dick energy and just wag it around.
Yeah. I have real small dick energy until I'm confirmed that I'm like in the building. Then my dick just gets gross.
If you've never seen Prof and you want to see dramas, if you want to see dramas, gross big dick energy.
I become grandma after too many beers late in the night. I'm like a gremlin.
Like no, it's like a grimace drama mix.
Yeah, but it's just when like what's the drunkest you've seen me? If you had to put
the drunkest I've seen you
so far, because I would be happy to outdo it.
It was at least it was either Minneapolis or the last time we were in Madison. We all got pretty fucking wasted when we were up there.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I'm trying to think the drunkest I've seen you, because I
feel like the Cabin is a good contender.
The Cabin. Yeah. The Cabin was one. What's the drunkest you've ever seen me? Was it that night at the Roo?
Still probably the Roo. Yeah. I feel like you won't let yourself back in that place.
Because that's a really sad, scary place to be at. I was puking.
I don't think puking's inherently sad.
No, but
you did. Yeah, that's just a different.
It was a sad time in my life.
Now I feel like you could get that drunk. The second most drunk was in Minneapolis for Soundset at the after party when we had to put you in the car.
Yeah.
Basically, if I have to pack you up,
if
I have to pack you up, then
I think what's most reflective.
I don't get packed up. That's the problem. Me.
What's most reflective of that is that photo we took leaning outside against the Bjork mural, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and you can just see my face. Like I just look dehydrated and fucked.
Well, I had to pick you up, and you gave me no help, and I thought you were just gonna fall back down. And
I was trying to
smash my head into
I tried so hard
into the Bjork sign,
into the Bjork
sign. I can't say words. We've been over this.
Yeah.
But that's what my problem. Like me and Kurt were talking about it, because everybody takes naps. When have you seen me take a nap?
Never.
And when have you seen me like turn down?
Never.
Like a night of going.
Never. You just constantly say yes. You are a yes man when it comes to the party.
Too much energy. It gets bad sometimes.
Nothing wrong with it.
I think there is, actually.
I'm starting to realize
it's taking a toll on my health.
I'm starting to realize with certain lifestyle changes that I've taken recently how easy it is to just keep saying yes and keep going during parties, because it's like when you're at like full capacity and just like really sharp, and it's like
I've said it before, stop threatening me with good times, because it's taking a serious toll on my health.
Yeah, it's literally starting to kill us.
Which is this is a good segue. Also, I want to say, just to jump back in, we don't have to harp on it, I could take 10 7-year-olds now.
At least 10?
Yeah.
I like to I want to say 10 as well, because like 7 is like a good number, but I feel like if you're doing 7, you might as well round it up to 10.
Yeah,
you know,
because not all of them are going to be great. There's probably a couple of
wimpy ones. There's probably like some fat ones that play Fortnite too much at home. One will probably
try to run away, and that's the one you really get to kick.
No, I mean, like I like to feel okay. So like I'm thinking like mom and dad, were like Nick Cage and just goes fucking nuts, like those, like that kind of nuts. Yeah. Kids just coming at you like that, no running away, no fear, no nothing like that. Like these kids are going at 100% trying to fuck you up.
Yeah,
10 of them.
Yeah, for sure. At least
if you are willing to let your children get fucked up by the Dapper Dads, I would love to test this out.
Get
sometime.
Beat up. Yeah,
get
beat up.
Really,
I don't want that to. If
so
anything could be taken out of context and edited, what you just said.
Yeah, if you want your kids to get physically beat up by the Dapper Dads, let us know, man. See, I feel like we can't say this on the air either, because I know some people that are super fans of us that have children that would absolutely probably let us beat them up.
That's a level of dedication.
I mean, you gotta love a fucking brand to let the guys that run it kick your kid's ass.
I probably got to be pretty drunk to kick a kid for real.
So like let's put it this way, like if you had a kid, and they were like 7, and Prof was like, I want to kick your kid's ass for a music video, would you let it happen?
I mean, if it's fake for a music video. If
no, it's real for a music video.
I don't think you can let your 7-year-old just like full blown get fucking kicked by any grown man.
I'm just saying. I mean, like some people just
you
don't
can
love
kick the shit out of a set. That's what I'm trying to say.
You can kick the shit out of anybody, really,
like
if
me
you're wearing
when I
the
was
right
7.
shoes.
When you were 7, you were like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was 7. I was like I
Bro,
was very small.
When I was
7.
like 9 or 10, I would go trick or treating and I would get turned down for candy because people thought I was too old.
We've been over this. I think it was the first episode.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
But what I wanted to get into talking about being drunk, we were guests on the Gore Score podcast.
Yes, we were, and it was a fun fucking time.
The last one was before it. We recorded it before it happened. And this one is post. It was a great time.
So I just want to give a shout out to these guys. We've mentioned them on the show before. The Gore Score. They are, I think we can officially now say, fantastically good friends of ours.
Yeah.
They were
real friends of the show.
Fantastic hosts. First of all, we came. They had had drinks. They had food. They had literally everything. It was if you listen to the episode, go check them out. They're on
It's
Spot.
like 3 hours.
It's damn near 3 hours.
Yeah.
But listening back to it, like it doesn't seem like it's 3 hours. Like you just listen to it, and it's just a good fucking time to listen to.
It was a while. It was a loose one.
So if you haven't checked them out yet, maybe horror movies aren't your thing, but at least go check out our collaborative episode we did with them. It was very loose. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to doing more of them in the future.
Yep,
because
I'll never return, but yeah,
I will definitely be back.
I'll only show up when I'm not invited. So
gotcha.
Keep your eyes peeled.
All right,
I know where you
all
live
right, Colby, Olivia, Anthony, y'all heard that. Don't invite drama, just invite me.
Yep, and I'll just be there for all the other episodes, just lurking in the shadows. But what I did want to say is that we got a 24-pack of Budweiser. Immediately, at your house, I drank 3 before we left.
We had a couple. You also wanted one on the drive down.
God, I wanted one so bad.
Very badly.
In that drive.
You could have.
It's a long drive. I know I could have, but it's one of those fears where like I crack it and it's just like, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And then we got to touch that cop's dick, which I'm not a fan of.
Not at all.
But yeah, I don't know if I've ever wanted a beer more in a moving vehicle. But,
no. But honestly, it was a fantastic time. We,
what I was gonna say,
you were very loose on the show. That's something I appreciated.
Well, yeah, what I was gonna say is I had 3 beers before we left, which didn't really do anything for me. But I think like I've realized
you loosened up a little bit.
I realized what it is now and what happens to me with like shows when I'm like drunk before the show.
The nerves.
Then not even that. Then we rage during the show, and then I feel sober again, and I start drinking. It's all still there. It just hasn't like broken out.
It's the adrenaline, yeah.
So I had 3 before we left. Then when we got to their dungeon, which is a more elegant dungeon,
we can say that out
much
loud.
More
put together,
knickknacks and fun activities.
Dapper stickers everywhere. It's fucking beautiful,
which is nice. I think I had 3 when we got there. I want to say 3 within an hour.
We were just
one of those
cracking them
times
and going.
where you can just slurp them down like nothing else.
Well, and I mean, it's one of those things. You're in camaraderie with a bunch of dudes, you know. And well, I mean, Olivia's one of the dudes too. So it's like we're just there with the boys, just having beers and stuff like that. Because you lose track. You just start drinking,
and
you keep
talking,
going, and you're thirsty because you're talking and stuff.
You have a beer. You
what was it like halfway, 3/4 through the show? Like they opened the fridge and they're like,
I don't even know if it was halfway. It seemed very quick.
Yeah,
but
we ran out of beer super fast.
What I wanted to say was, I don't get hungover. You know this, right?
Were you hungover the next day?
I was insanely hungover.
Really?
I don't know what even happened.
So here's how I know. Here's how I know you were fucking wasted. So
don't tell any of my secrets.
No, I'm not going to tell any secrets or anything.
Secrets.
Yeah, you told secrets.
Yeah.
Well, because
that's how you know.
A normal dad squad evening of drinking. Here's a casual breakdown for you. Regardless of if it's 2 of us, 3 of us, or 4 of us, we get together. We drink, we have a good time, and that car ride home is always a good reflective evening with lots of sad song sing-alongs. That is our bookmark, trademark. That is what we do. We get a good.
That's what I do in my own life.
Get a self-control in, which I did get the self-control you singing driving home doing that. But it didn't come through until like 10 a.m. the next day.
Because I opened Snapchat and then it was like saying, and I was like, "What was that?" And then I was like, "Oh, this is so."
It was like
weird.
It was like 2 in the afternoon, and I got just a dark video of you drunkenly going, "Lose my self-control."
Yeah, I didn't even go for that. It just came on.
But the way I knew you were wasted is we did not have a sad sing-along on the way home.
We just had a sad
We
talk.
had a very good sad talk, which in a way was like its own sad sing-along in a way. And I was at Buster's the next night with young Kurt, and he was asking me how the Gore Score went, and I was telling him, and I was like, to be honest, he was like, how drunk did you guys get? And I was like, honestly, man, we got so drunk there wasn't even a sad sing-along. We were just talking. He goes, you guys just talked for 50 minutes the whole way home? I was like, yeah, we did.
It's like 5 hours.
After talking for 5 hours straight, we just kept talking for another hour.
For like 8 hours straight.
Yeah. And then he was like, God, I know Drama was drunk because if he didn't even want to listen to Self-Control, he had to be fucking wasted.
which I didn't realize how drunk I was. But
no, you were. I could tell from your tone of voice, the way you were talking, that you were.
Just
That's how I know when you're like,
those
yeah. You have a certain cadence to your voice when you get like very drunk. I've noticed that. I can just tell when it's. Oh yeah, he's letting loose.
But
those emotional barriers are broken down finally.
Long story short, when I got home, I was going to stop and get food because we ate at like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should smash some Taco Bell real quick. But I didn't. I went home and I drunkenly ate an apple cider donut. And I heated it up way too long.
Oh, where it got like weird soft, but like hard at the same
hot.
time.
It was so hot.
Because they get really hot.
I got home and I burned the fuck out of my mouth. And I went to bed. And I woke up early like I just do all the time now. I can't sleep in to save my life. And I woke up feeling like lightly unpleasant, like I do, pretty much like I do. I think that's why I don't get hungover, because every morning I wake up, I just don't feel great. And I was like, I don't want to wake up now, but it's better to get up. And what I live for, especially on the weekends, is my coffee.
Yeah.
Especially after a night of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
It goes two ways. And it's typically, I wake up and I'll like chug coffee. It tastes incredible, and I'll just slam like 3 cups. Or it's the most disgusting thing I've ever put in my mouth, and I can't even deal with it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where I like can't even drink anything. It all tastes like poison, even water. And I was like, God damn it, I ruined my coffee. And I was like, God damn it, I feel fucking horrible. And then I thought I was gonna puke. I have never puked the next day from drinking. I didn't puke.
Yeah, I know.
I've never done that. And I usually don't get hungover. And I was like, I had to go sit in the bath. I had to lay on the couch and watch The Town on cable.
Oh
so
my
it was censored.
God.
And I was literally just like, wow, I feel like I'm going to die. Is this what hangovers are? Because why does anybody drink? And then I got a bagel and some water, and then I felt like $1 million again. So it didn't last long.
Just need some carbs.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I feel horrible.
That's what normal people go through, drama.
Yeah, guys, fuck that. I'd stop. If I felt like that every time I drank, I don't think I would drink anymore.
Some people do, and they just keep going.
Well, yeah, they have demons.
Christ, Kurt was hungover when we went to the pumpkin patch that day.
Kurt's just
Perpetually a little hungover.
Yeah, I was going to say habitually, and yeah, that's also right. But yeah, I don't get hungover. I'll occasionally get like a light headache, or like I said, I don't feel great, but I usually don't wake up. And usually my things are, people ask me all the time, like, how do you do that? And I think it's just my body, because my mom never got hungover either. But a couple of things I always like swear by. If you get hungover, you got to get out of bed. I know people who will like lay in bed for hours. That shit is only going to make it worse.
Yeah.
I can't lay in bed at all. Like if I wake up, I'm like, I just need to get out of bed.
Depends on how depressed I am.
Yeah. Even when I'm depressed, I just can't lay in bed. I don't know what it is. I can't take naps. I can't lay in bed. I specifically use the bed for sleeping and nothing else. Nothing.
Nothing?
But you got to
banging on all your furniture.
Yeah. Outside.
Oh, that's the only way to do it.
True. No cleanup.
Let your balls get a breeze going.
The brush of the grass.
Man, shoot your load out into nature. It's like no cleanup.
It's not my problem anymore.
Mother Nature can take care of it.
It's my neighbor's problem.
If you come on the lawn, is that like coming on Mother Nature's face?
I don't want to say that.
Like coming on her back?
It does make the grass grow. But yeah, so get out of bed, get a shower in there at some point, go outside and get some fresh air and eat something. Those are my tips. If you get hungover,
yeah.
But and everybody's different, because I know some people are monsters with what they eat. I know a girl who every time she got drunk, just a double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
That's respectable.
And an orange juice.
Respectable.
Yeah, strange, and it would bring her back. But you gotta put some food in your body, preferably some bread. That's why I went bagel,
some carbs,
and it was hard to even eat it. That's how fucking disgusting.
You gotta force yourself
was.
through it. When I wake up in the morning, I drink at least a liter and a half of water. That's the first thing I do whenever I wake up, because your body needs to like reset a little bit, regardless of if I've drank or not. First thing I do is wake up, take my medication, whole big thing of water, just good.
I physically
all the way
cannot
down.
like drink things in the morning, especially because if you're getting fucked up and before you go to bed you can drink as much water as possible. That like is a clutch as well, and that'll save you from fucking hangovers. But like I get to a point with drinking where like I can't taste anything besides alcohol at all. Like drinking water makes me I fucking hate it, and that's how I feel in the mornings a lot. So there's my tips. Don't get hungover like me. Shout out to the Gore Score. You made me hungover.
Shout out to the Gore Score. Colby's gonna fucking love that, man. That just means he's gonna try harder next time to get you more hungover.
Yeah, if I would have ate that Taco Bell, it would have changed my life.
Probably.
But, I just when you're like
that hot donut.
Don't eat what you don't want to do is heat up a donut for probably a minute.
Oh yeah, no, like 15 seconds, bro. Come on.
I
You
wasn't
do
in,
15, then you do the touch test, see if it's too hot.
Yeah, that's what I do
and then
normally.
then you give it like another 10
but
seconds
in
or
my
so.
mindset, I was not going to type in times. I just hit the 30 seconds twice, which is redundant. But
Yeah.
and then I shoved it in my mouth, and it was regrettable. But yeah, that's it. All right, episode 62. Sad. Yeah, interesting. It's nice to be hungover, so I can relate to all the stupid fucking losers out there.
Speaking of stupid fucking losers, I would like to cheer to the fact Chicago just tried a cop for murder for the first time in 50 years.
I don't want to harp on it because it makes me so physically
It makes me so
violent.
mad, but fuck the police. It's a strong stance
Fuck
we've always
Jason
stayed on.
Van Dyke.
Fuck Jason Van Dyke, and I will drink to the fact that he hopefully gets shanked 17 times in prison.
Yep, we'll go ahead and say that. What else? I feel like there was something else we were going to talk about. Yeah. Do we want to get into submissions?
Dying Shack West. Live Shack West. My boy.
Live Shack West. This one sucks. This whole episode sucks.
Yeah, every episode sucks.
Yeah, it's 62. What do people want?
I don't
What
know.
do you want from us?
What
Let
us know. Text us,
Please,
call us,
God.
anything. We've got a slew of submissions this time. Praise God. Went through a drought there for a little bit. Thought it was a drought.
It always happens because I think it just stacks up, and since we record in the past or the future, whatever it would technically be, then everything gets slumped. We do want to say we had kind of offhandedly, like everything, said that we wanted some submissions of people saying, "You put a kink in my slinky.
Yes, this
I'd
is
rather
beautiful.
be dead than be you." And for once, people are coming through with that.
Yes, so specifically Colby sent us some great ones from work, I want to add. And
That's the place to do it.
That is the place to do it. So if you haven't listened to this yet, you just happen to be jumping in on 60 whatever the fuck this is. The current
Big mistake.
The current Dapper Dads challenge we have going is send us a video of you saying to anyone, it doesn't have to specifically be loved ones, which we seem to find is the trend.
Which is what's
People like
happening.
saying it. You just have to go up to someone and you have to say, "You put a kink in my slinky. I'd rather be dead than be you." That is just the challenge, and we've gotten several in.
Yeah.
The most shocking of which came to us through Instagram. I just want to throw that out. We had we don't want to say anyone's name or anything like that.
We don't know if we can. I would say the app, but I don't have it in front of me. But yeah, we got a DM. It popped up that I hate how you have to like approve them because I was like. Then I'm always worried. I like that my favorite thing with like getting unsolicited messages on social media is when it does the shit where it's like, we're not going to tell them that you looked at it unless you want them to know.
That's
I'm
what
like,
I
thank you.
like.
Because I hate the days of like, oh, they fucking saw it. Now I feel like I got to respond.
The Dapper Dads have accepted your message request. It's like,
Yeah.
just because we did doesn't mean.
But we got
like,
one from
fuck
someone
with
who follows us, so I don't know why it does that shit. But I clicked on it not knowing because, we've... With our fan base, we've received some DMs that are
We've received
all
some
over
things.
the place.
Yeah,
We've
they
gotten
get,
some like real favorable, nice ones, some just regular messages.
Some are nudes.
Yeah, we've got
Thanks, Emilio.
Yeah, some nudes that are up a specific alley, and it wasn't the only thing that was up when I looked at it. I'll say that much.
Not at all.
But yeah, we got someone a fan of the show who sent their submission of that to their children before they went to school.
Yes, and
it's our favorite one so far.
Yes, because it's a beautiful camera angle because she takes it and she pans around and she goes, "Hey," and you see two kids standing there in like their jackets with their book bags, like getting ready to go to the bus. "You put a kink in my slinky. I'd rather be dead than be you." And one of the little boys goes, "Who do you think you're talking to?"
Yeah.
And that is just fantastic.
Which I do want to say, I would rather be dead than be going to school. So it was,
100%,
it was accurate. But
yeah.
yeah, when we put this out there, I didn't think we would get so much family.
No, because we throw a lot of Dapper challenges out there
Yeah.
for you guys. Still waiting on some successful shower shits to come through. That's something.
I want the screaming.
The screaming is 100%.
Yeah.
I stand behind. Another Dapper challenge is you need to go into a public bathroom and put
I'd
your...
say anywhere, just that scream.
It works best if you put your hands under the dryer when you do it, because that's how I how I caught the kid.
Yeah.
So if you're just in a public place, just give us one of those high pitched screams.
yeah,
as
and
loud
you know
as
what we're
possibly
talking
can.
about, like that one where it's like a different tone of your body.
It's
and you're
like a
surprised
whole
you
nother
can do it.
human
Like,
being screaming. Yep,
like this
exactly.
rip, but like full blown. I was gonna do it at a show and I forgot because I feel like a show during the music would be the best place to do
No,
it.
do it in like
So
the middle of a
remind me.
Halloween store, like a Sam's Club or something. Like, give
Well,
me
yeah,
something
that would be the
crazy.
best, but I feel like I could get away with that at a show.
Oh no, I don't want people getting away with this easy. I want like
Well, I'm
crazy
gonna, 'cause
hard,
I
get you
created
kicked out of somewhere.
Get kicked out of somewhere. And
get kicked out of somewhere and say it's the Dapper Dads. I tell you what, get kicked out of somewhere because of a Dapper challenge you're doing. Get a free T-shirt. That's we'll compensate.
But we need the full video.
Yeah, if we get the video or at least a letter from said organization saying that they have banned you, you will get a free piece of merchandise from us.
Remember that Chick-fil-A thing I did early on? That was sick. I still think about
shit.
that a lot. I'm not going to bring it up again, but if you listened, if you know, you know. And you can get free food from anywhere.
Doors if you know, the suicide doors in the carport are always awkward.
Yeah, you can get free food from anywhere. Just listen to our old episodes.
Well, I mean, you can also, fake choking in a restaurant. They'll probably give it to you for free.
Yeah, you can have a lot of weird sex in that book. Terrible movie.
Yeah.
Good book.
I've seen worse.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Poultrygeist.
Oh, I didn't think that was that bad.
That was not good.
That movie about the tooth fairy?
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
That movie was fucking
like
terrible.
That movie, I want to kill that movie. You know what I mean? I wish that movie was a person so I could rip
I've
his
seen a
ears
lot of
off.
shitty horror movies. The Ritual, have you seen that one at all?
Yeah, I didn't think that was that bad.
It looked so promising, but I thought it was just really bad.
I thought the monster was too fake looking, but that's a common occurrence. What? I just watched something else that was fucking weird. I don't know. I was gonna rewatch High Tension. I don't know if I should do it.
What are we watching tonight
Street Trash.
Yeah, Street Trash. Pull it up on the old fire. I have to set my fire stick up again. I haven't even set it up yet.
I'll set up a fire stick.
Yeah, set up your fire stick, mama.
I hear that movie is offensive though. So
Street Trash?
Yeah, like
a lot of things we watch and do are offensive.
Well, like a lot of old movies got away with things. I mean, like I was saying earlier, Hostel says everything's gay.
Yeah.
And just looking, like that movie came out in 2006. And
6? Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was earlier than that. I thought it was like 2 or 3.
No, I think it's 5 or 6. And sometimes you look at movies like that, especially like if you were alive when it happened, and you're like, that's how we dressed back then. Everybody's on flip phones. Like the guy's fucking a girl in the bathroom stall and he takes a picture on a flip phone. And I was just like, oh my God, that was
especially with like
ago.
the camera quality we have these days where you're getting 4K 32 pixel photos off your iPhone
never even
and shit.
Seen before.
Oh man, you're getting pores on the pussy like you've never seen. Pussy's got pores.
Okay.
Dick's got pores too.
My dick pores. That's the only way it works.
There's pores all over your body you're sweating out of. Where do you think ball sweat comes from? Your pores.
My dick.
Yeah, but the pores in your dick.
It sweats down in my balls.
Like,
and then sweats up my ass crack.
Yeah, isn't that the best?
Like when you fart and it tickles your balls because it comes out the front. It sneaks up.
Where it's like a flapper. And you get it like flapping around your ball sack.
Oh, yeah. I need you to keep describing it.
So you're so you're sitting there, you got your butt cheeks clenched. You're trying to let it out quietly, and then it just escapes through that gap in your thigh next to your ball sack, and you feel a...
Yeah. See, Kurt, I do fart.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you fart. Your shits just don't smell. It's crazy.
They don't, and I will.
That is 100% a fact. I will stand behind this. Drama's shits do not smell.
Yeah, it's not even.
You
a
can
joke.
ask anyone in his life. This isn't a joke. His shits do not smell.
Yeah, occasionally I have a rough one that smells when I'm in there, but if I left the bathroom, you wouldn't know I shit ever. It's and I wanted to say there's a submission, then I'll get into it later, but my body just works with me for all the things I do to it. Yeah. Remember when we came back from Minnesota? I held a shit in for 8 hours.
Which is maddening when I think about it. Because if I have to shit for more than an hour, I turn into a raging badger that
It kind of became... I think you've realized this. Sometimes I put myself through grief just to see if I can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why
you gotta push your body sometimes just to see what it can do.
Well, I do it with
a
lot of things.
Well, see, here's the thing. Most people do it with like exercise and stuff like that. There's this run out there. I was reading...
I do it with shits.
Well, I was reading about this guy. This guy is insane. He's like an ex-military guy, ex-Navy or something like that. He ran for like 96 hours straight. Like just got on a track.
How?
And he just did it. And it was like one of those, and he just kept saying it was one of, he was
like
literally
4 days.
He was pissing blood by the end of it.
Well,
like he had shattered all the bones in his feet and he was pissing, but he did it just to say that he did it, just to prove that a human being could do it. He basically almost killed himself just running nonstop, but he did it. He fucking did it. And
people are crazy. Those people are crazy.
Well, and people are crazy.
Like that's a dangerous person.
And you hear about people who like do that
level of dedication.
That's dangerous. Yeah, that's a guy who will do
unhealthy.
anything for anything that he wants. So like, there's dudes that do that, and then you get people who like climb Mount Everest just because they want to say they can. You holding shits for 8 hours on car rides just so you can shit in your own toilet.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to hold up the group, and I don't like shitting in public places, and we weren't really stopping a lot. And then eventually it just, a couple hours in, you're like, well, I can just fucking do it. I'm not going to lie to you, there were some times where I didn't have faith in myself, but I'm not going to shit my pants. Yeah. But I was wearing shorts. I could have figured something out.
I mean,
it just popped out and slipped it out. And
just throw it out the window.
Yeah. But then when I got home and I took that shit, let me tell you, relief.
Yeah.
I don't know if I felt it better than that.
Well, it's almost one of those things where it's like you put yourself through something so strenuous just so you can feel the relief. You know, it's like sometimes when
it was a relief.
Well, it's like, you know, when you got to piss like so bad sometimes and you finally let that piss go and it's like almost better than sex. It's like one of those things where you're just like, oh.
The worst is when you got to pee so bad and then you finally get to the bathroom and you feel like you're going to piss your pants. Or like when you're unlocking your door to your house. There was one time I was at the bar by my house with some friends and I got shit-faced and I came home and I like was opening my garage door and I was like, I'm gonna piss. Left the car running, left the doors open, ran in there and pulled my dick out in like the last literal second
before like the dam was about to burst.
Shot it right into the
That
toilet.
Is the best though, man.
That's a little too much. And
God, it sounds nice.
It is nice.
I'm gonna hold in my piss for the rest of this podcast episode just so
That's
I can
not
let.
That much.
I don't know, man. I've been pissing a lot today.
Yeah, you just love to talk about pissing.
I love pissing.
Try holding in a shit for 8 hours. Another Dapper Dad's challenge.
How do we gauge that? How do we prove it?
I don't know. A constant camera.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like give us.
You're gonna have to set a day aside.
You're gonna have to give us hourly updates of how you're holding your shit in to see if you can do it for 8 hours.
You just do it, but that's what I mean. And like I said,
someone's gonna get like a prolapse colon because of this. We can't promote this.
Yeah, that's what, because they say holding in your piss can. Well, a girl told me one time when I was younger on AOL Instant Messenger that if you hold in your piss, you get like toxic shock syndrome, even if you're not a girl. It's not the same thing, but holding in.
Yeah, because I thought you got toxic shock syndrome from like leaving your tampons in too long.
She said it's like the same thing, but for guys, it's a different term.
Well, I know my mom told me
your kidneys can also explode.
I know that was a Simpsons episode. My mom told me when I was growing up, a friend of her mother's or something had to get surgery because she refused to fart in front of people because she thought no, she refused to fart in front of people and she got like a tear in her like large intestine from it because she just kept holding in all that gas, just kept holding in the farts and like it just kept building up and it tore something inside of you. So don't hold your farts in, kids.
Just hold your shit.
Yeah, hold your shit, but not your farts.
Seems like it would be the same. I'm gonna tell you, on that car ride, I smoked one cigarette and I thought I made a huge mistake. You know what I mean? When you smoke a cigarette, you got a shit. And I got one of these coffees. I got the coffee, the cigarette, held in a shit for 8 hours.
You're a monster.
That's a fucking.
Your body is.
I'm a god.
Your body is a testament to the human condition. I'll give you that much.
For all the things I do to it,
for all the things I've done to my body, I mean, mine tried to kill me, but I just wouldn't let it.
Yeah. Well, give it time.
Yeah.
We're all slowly dying. Things are getting dark, remember?
Life's getting dark.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember what it is.
What was that off-brand shit you just did?
Sorry, I run a different podcast that's very similar.
Well, it's off-brand, and I don't support it, and I think you're a horrible fuck for doing so.
Things are getting dark. I don't want to dwell on it. Everything's wrong.
It feels so dirty coming out of your mouth, you gross whore.
I need money, me as well.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, buddy.
Horrible fuck. Yeah, unpleasant fuck.
Oh.
I'm just going to keep doing it. I don't have one for aesthetic. I wanted it, but I don't have it.
No, I don't think
Should we get into some submissions?
Scenery.
So I can get back to... What?
Scenery instead of aesthetic.
No. See, you're forcing it. You got to come on my other podcast, but you can't. I have a guy that looks like
I'd rather die than be on your other podcast.
I'd rather be dead than be you.
Well, you put a kink in my slinky, so fuck off.
You put a finger in my ass.
I wish
Do we
you'd
want to talk about it? It was a bigger finger than I wanted.
We were definitely waggling dicks around earlier.
We were. Well, everybody knows. Well, if you have a dick and balls,
it waggles.
If you're in like boxer briefs, some basketball shorts, you can slap that thing back and forth. Like I can make a sound that scares the whole orphanage. Yeah.
Regret.
Should have said a different building.
Yeah.
It was just the first one that came to mind.
The Better Business Bureau. Anything but the orphanage.
Yeah. They don't let me wag my dick in the Better Business Bureau anymore.
Not anymore, at least.
No. They gave me a D- rating because I gave them the D. Episode 62. We say it because we're not sure. Do we want to get into some submissions?
Absolutely.
This one's from Gravy. I'm going to let you read it because it seems more up your alley.
Yes. So the first one on the top here?
Nope. This one right here.
Okay. So from Gravy at Greasy Pussy Will Never Die at whatever.com. God bless your heart. We will never, you and me personally, we will never let Greasy Pussy die. And this one is very much geared towards me, not
Aren't
you.
They all?
So this one, question, favorite Rammstein songs. I feel like Sehnsucht and Rosenrot are underrated and Despite drama thinking Slim is my favorite, I still love you, drama. You're doing amazing, sweetie. So,
Thank you.
I mean, we all knew drama's doing amazing. He does need to get some more love in these submission guys. Come on.
Public facing, I am doing amazing. Private life?
Oh, we're both falling apart, like terribly falling apart.
People only knew.
So I'm not going to harp on Rammstein for too long, but I do like that this came up because earlier this week, my sister and I had supper together and we went back to my place and we were recanting songs from our childhood that we listened to. And one of the memories that got brought up is when I was much younger. I want to say probably like 12, 13, something like that. I was a horrible fucking kid. Like I was grounded constantly by my mother. Yeah. And
should have been.
One time I did something so horrible. I don't even remember what it was, but I was grounded from music.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's purposeful.
For me, that's extra fucking rough. And so I had my Walkman taken away. I had all my CDs taken away. I
don't think I ever had that happen.
It was one of the worst fucking things ever. And it was from like Thanksgiving till Christmas. So it was like a whole month in there. Yeah. And so.
And you were off school and shit?
Yeah. So it's like I couldn't even like lay around.
Fucking got you.
She got me like a motherfucker. Well, and then my dad, being my fucking dad, went ahead and just bought me another Walkman because he's like, that evil bitch, she can't do that shit. And so bought me a Walkman at Target. And then I got that one taken away too because I was in my room with my headphones in at like 10 in the morning.
Just has a locked closet full of Walkmans.
Well, I thought everybody was still asleep.
If I get one more Walkman, I'm opening up a store.
Well, and then my mom just kicks in my door and she's like, why aren't you responding to me? Oh, I see. Because like I had my headphones in.
Oh man. Yeah, and you should have kept one now.
I know, but I wasn't thinking about it. I was so into that system.
You're never thinking, are you? Isn't that what she said to you?
Probably. I was so into that System of a Down CD I was listening to at the time. And so for Christmas, my present that I got for Christmas, what we would do is on Christmas Eve, we would get together with my grandpa and we would get the presents from my grandpa on Christmas Eve, and then we'd get the other presents on Christmas Day from the rest of the family. And so my grandpa bought me one of those big ass 5 CD stereos that you could get back in the day with like the tape deck and the 2 speakers that you could set up separately and everything.
That was my first record player, was one of those with the turntable on top, double cassette deck.
Yep. And I thought it was so fucking tight. I was like, awesome, I finally got this. And then my aunt came over and she had gotten me two Rammstein CDs. She had gotten me Zensock, which is one that was mentioned here, and then Mutter. And I was like freaking out because there's a song on Mutter, Sunna, and I had seen the video for it on the internet somewhere, but I didn't like have the song to listen to. And to me, that was like the heaviest song.
Back in the day.
Yeah, like
when those things were separate.
I know, right? Like now I can just pull it up on any fucking
download it.
Yeah,
now
YouTube. Now I can go on. Well, what's crazy to me is that me and my sister were reflecting on all this music we would listen to growing up, and I was showing her songs, and she was like, oh, I would hear this come out of your room constantly, and I fucking hated it.
That's how me and my sister are.
And I was playing the song for her, and what had happened, and this was just the relationship me and my sister had. I don't want this to paint it her in a bad light or anything, because she is the sweetest person I know. I got the stereo set up. I had everything set up. My grandpa set it up in my room for me. Had the speakers hooked up. I put the CD in the player, and I went to track 3 because it was track 3, and that riff started. It was just like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, it's coming. I just cranked it up all the way, and I was like, fuck! Like I just exploded because like I hadn't listened to music in forever, and I finally got this big stereo with all this stuff, and it was like the next day was Christmas, was when I could start listening to music again, and so I like had this faith in my heart. I was like, I get it a day early. I can listen to my music a day early, and from down the hallway I hear, hey, isn't he supposed to be grounded from not listening to music? And my mom goes, yeah, you're right. He's not supposed to be. And she came in and she like unplugged it and took the power cable.
What a Grinch.
It was like the worst fucking thing to happen. I take that back. I was going to say that could be the worst thing to happen on Christmas until the next day when my dad called me and he's like, yeah, Merry Christmas, buddy. My best friend died of a heart attack today on the toilet, which it legitimately happened, because I remember calling my dad and I was like, Merry Christmas, Dad. He's like,
not so merry.
And he was like, Merry Christmas, buddy. I'm not doing too good today. And I'm like, why? What's wrong? He's like, remember my buddy Russ? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, not Russ the rapper.
Come on, God, already.
Please, Jesus. And he's like, yeah, I just got a call from his mom. He was he was sitting there opening presents with his family, and then he said he didn't feel good, and he went to go take a shit, and he was dead when they checked on him. I'm sitting there as like a 12-year-old kid sitting there trying to process this, and I'm just like, oh my fucking God.
Having dads that didn't know when to say things.
Yeah, and it's like on Christmas of all the times to unload on me that your best friend died on. And like I get it, that's fucked up. Like if you died on Christmas and I had to call my kid, I'd be like, hey, listen, like we can celebrate Christmas, but like dad's kind of in a mood today, you know?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't just like
wait till like the next day and be
right,
like,
you know?
Yeah, and things have happened, and Drama's dead on the toilet.
Of course. God. That's how it's gonna happen.
He held in a shit for 11 hours, thought he was God.
I'm telling you, if you die on the shitter, I'm gonna have to go fight my dad. I'm gonna be like, you did this to me.
Yeah, fight my dad while you're at it.
Okay, if you die, I'm fighting everyone's dad. They can just line up around the block and catch these fades for the rest of the summer.
I would be so happy looking up at you fighting my dad
from hell, obviously.
Of course.
So to answer the Rammstein question,
the submission.
Well, what I want to say is that
what looks back fondly on a Christmas.
Well, what I want to say is so crazy about it is that like I remember just as a kid wanting that one song so bad and like going through LimeWire and finding all the fakes and like all the crappy copies. Back in the day, it used to be I bought a CD off of eBay that had Rammstein rarities on it, and now I can go to fucking Spotify and they have a whole rarities like section on Spotify where you can hear all the songs, you know?
I was listening to a bunch of Atmosphere today, which was one of my big things when when I got my first paycheck. That was one of the CDs I bought, was maybe 2 Atmosphere CDs. But there's a song, I think it's called Never Forget, and it's like talking about growing up and all the shit he did. And there's a line in it where it's like a 15 pack of blank cassettes for Christmas, and then he's like, you make a request and hold my finger on the pause button, like, now go. That was the original download. And I've always been like, fuck yeah, like no one knows about that shit.
Yeah, that's one of those things that like
and it's so much more special.
Well, I was at work earlier this week and I was ringing people out, and this kid came through the line, and she mentioned that like it was her birthday coming up, and I was like, oh, how old are you gonna be? And she said 10, and I was like, are you like, what do you want for your birthday, you know? Because she said it was her golden birthday, she's gonna be 10 on the 10th. I was like, that means you get something gold. I was like, what do you want for your birthday? She's like, oh, I don't know, I don't really have anything. And I was like, well, when I was 10, the big present I got a Walkman with an Elvis CD.
Yeah.
And she
realized you're 100.
She didn't know what a Walkman was.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
And no, it just really broke my heart that like there's children out there that don't know what these like old school forms of music we used to listen to. Like before long, it's gonna be like, oh, what's an iPod? You know,
music
like they're just not gonna know.
Now.
Yeah. But to answer your question.
God damn, please. I don't want to harp on Rammstein, just everything else.
No, okay. So to answer, I don't think Sensoct is necessarily overrated, because that's the one that has Du Hast on it, which is the Rammstein song that everybody knows, because that's the one that was on the Matrix soundtrack. That's the one that was like the big single.
Underrated.
Well, I don't think it's underrated, because like that's the one that everybody talks
overrated.
about. Well, no, that's the one that everybody.
So I know the listeners are. Get your goddamn shit together.
You know,
how many times do we have to talk about this?
A lot.
Pre, post, during. It's getting
constantly.
Ridiculous.
It's never gonna go away. By this many episodes, you should know it's never gonna go away.
I know. I wish this all would.
So I don't think that album is necessarily underrated. I think people bought it just to listen to Du Hast and didn't listen to any of the other songs.
That's the level of.
It's got some good cuts on there, like Book Dish, which is Bend Over, which is literally just about butt fucking.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't have been listening to at 10, but what are you gonna
do?
do?
If we want to get into that.
And then I do feel like Rosenrot is underrated, but that album was actually one where it was leftover cuts from the previous album they recorded, and then they just liked those songs so much they recorded 3 or 4 more and just made an album out of it.
Yeah.
That album has a Spanish language song on there called Te Quiero Puta, which is I Love You Bitch, which is a weird, crazy song to listen. Well, and I play it.
Say it to me like that, but in Spanish.
Te quiero puta.
Hell yeah.
Well, and that's how he says it in the song too.
Course.
He's like Te quiero puta, like he's screaming it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think their most underrated album was the last one that came out, Liebe ist für alle da, which is Love is for Everyone, because that one they took a long time recording in between, and I felt like the drum production had stepped up a lot, the guitar playing had stepped up a lot, and it's just one of those albums where I listen to it and I forget how good it is when I listen to it. It's got like really good riffs on there, really good stuff. I listen to like their first album now, and it's Herzeleid, and it sounds so outdated, like just the guitar tone and everything just isn't there, you know. I will say Mutter is probably my favorite one by them, just because of all the memories I have with it. It has that heavy song Sana on there. It's got Links 234. It has the song Adios, which I actually got into a fight about someone on the internet one time because it's one of the few songs with a guitar solo in it, but it's like a very programmed sounding guitar solo. It's like and it sounds the same live every time they play it, so you know it's one of those things that they have like a trigger playing or it's tracked, you know. And this guy tried to fight me online one time, and he's like, no, Richard plays it every single time live. I see him play it. And I'm like, yeah, you're seeing him play it.
Dick.
Yeah, you're seeing him play it, but like it's a backtrack recording. He's not actually playing that guitar solo because it sounds it's the exact same solo every single time, you know. But Rosenrot does have one of my other favorite songs, the Sharon, on there, which is like this 5-minute crazy song about just breaking shit and destroying shit, and then it has like a nice lullaby at the end of it. It's like this, it goes crazy with this like just long riff, and he's like Zermenschen, Zerschmecken, he's just talking about smashing shit and breaking shit.
So crazy to people who
if you've never listened to German metal before, it's got to sound insane.
It sounds like you're making shit up, but with so much like knowledge,
like I'm not making it up.
Well, like you just like practiced it and wrote it all down.
I don't think you understand, man. I was listening to these albums with my sister the other night, and I could still remember every single word in German as the songs were playing, because it's like that's how much I fucked with them back in the day. You know, that was one of my bands. Like you and Atmosphere back in the day. That was me and Rammstein back in the day. Like everywhere I went, I would listen to them. I had the CDs everywhere. I specifically remember when they have this song America that was really huge. It came out in like 2005 or 6, something like that. And I was pissed because my dad heard it before I did, and he knew how big of a fan I was. Well, he knew how big of a fan I was, and he picked me up after school one day, and he's like, yeah, I think I heard a new Rammstein song today. I was like, what do you mean you heard a new Rammstein song? He's like, yeah, I was listening to 104, and he's singing about America and Wonder Bras and all this other shit. And he's like, it was a good song. And I was like, we got to call the radio. He's like, you can't call a radio. Like just stupid shit like that. Yeah. Well, and then I looked online at the Media Play website and saw that they had a pre-order on, do you remember maxi singles back in the day?
Yeah.
That you could get, where it was like the track with the remixes, and then you could put it in your computer, and it had the music video that would pull up and stuff.
Well, later it did.
Yeah, that was.
I remember cassette singles, bitch.
Oh, that was some tight shit. But I remember I wanted.
Was it though?
It was. It so was.
I hated that.
But I specifically remember wanting that America single so bad, but I was like, Media Play, I told my dad about it, and I was like, Media Play's probably not going to have it because it's just like a single, you know? And this was his advice. He said that a guy he knew that wrote a book one time got his book carried in a store because he called the bookstore in his town, and he called using different voices.
You've
and
told
like
this story on here.
And so I did that with the Rammstein single, and then he told me, he was like, well, you know you're gonna have to go buy all those now, right? And I was like, I can't afford 500 Rammstein singles. What the fuck am I gonna? Because I was sitting there after school like calling 104 and requesting the song, calling Media Play and telling them to order it for me and stuff like that. So they probably had a slew of fucking America singles just sitting around like, why the fuck is no one buying these? We got so many calls from that kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in reality they were like, this fucking kid. Yeah, we shouldn't have had phones when we were kids.
No, I should not have been allowed to do anything.
I used to call.
You remember when 104 had that thing where you could call and like rant at night, where you could like call and just like scream into the radio, and they would just edit it pretty much, and then if you didn't swear, they'd be like, don't be a pussy, swear so we can edit it.
Yeah, I remember
Midwest radio rock culture, folks. Let me tell you.
My sister reminded me, and I don't even think I remembered the story vividly enough, but you know the band Firehouse?
Oh yeah.
What was it? Fucking like, we wanted to hear one of those songs for some reason as a joke. I was never a big Firehouse fan.
That's shocking.
So I called 104, and I was like, yeah, I want to make this request. And they were like, why do you want to hear that? And apparently just out of my ass, I pulled out this whole thing about like breaking up with the girl, and wanted to hear, just like went on a weird tangent, freestyled the whole reason why I wanted to hear it. And I was like, yeah, I need a Firehouse moment. And apparently they took that, and every time they would play Firehouse, they would play like probably 9-year-old me going, I need a Firehouse moment. Because they were probably also like, this is clearly a child weirdly wanting to hear fucking Firehouse. And
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will say, Gravy, if you want to hit me up on the Dapper line, hit up 4027 Dapper. We can talk Rammstein all fucking day, because you know for a fact if you let me have free reign, I will talk about Rammstein for the rest of this show.
Yeah, someone who listens to Atmosphere, make a submission so I can just go on a tangent about
please,
Atmosphere.
Seriously. No, thank you for submitting about that, though, because, like, damn, it's good to know there's other Rammstein fans out there.
Don't worry, we have more gravy for you.
Oh, I love getting great hot gravy on this show.
This one is a long submission, and I'm not good at speaking speaking, so apologies ahead of time.
Do you want me to read it, or do you want?
No, you're also bad at speaking.
I wouldn't go that far. I have a radio show.
I don't know if we would put that in your hands.
I've been told I have a sultry radio voice.
Yeah, you have the voice, but you don't have the
finesse.
learnings. Yeah, you have zero finesse. But yeah, this actually, I think it was from the cabin episode where I was told to point out Iran. Is that what there was? I don't know
Iran.
if we're saying it right. I don't know why I can't say anything.
Iran.
I fucking hate this. Everything that happens makes me look so stupid,
You're
and
not
I
stupid.
promise I'm not. No, just fucking tell me I'm dumb.
I would if it was
fucking
true, but
dumb.
it's not, so I won't.
I'm a big smart man.
I
and,
think you're very intelligent.
But yeah, we had gotten a submission. We wanted to know more about being from Iran. There we go. Look at me, bitch. I'm fucking glowing up. Go back to school. Dropped out of 6th grade because they wouldn't let me smoke cigarettes in school, and I said, I'm done with this.
Dropped out of 6th grade because I called a girl a whore and shoved her in a locker, and they said, you can't do that. And I said, this is America.
You can't do that, actually. But yeah, this is we asked for the story about that because it was interesting.
Yeah.
We thought people were listening in other countries, which allegedly they are. But here's the breakdown of that. It's a little long, but it's a beautiful story, and I can't read well, but here it is. Also, sorry for the lack of info about what Iran was like. See, I focus on it too much, and it ruins my life. It's gonna happen. Whatever.
That's fine. Say it how you want to say it.
We've been short-staffed at my shitty retail job. I just want to interject and say, fuck your job. Fuck
your job. If they're not letting you get up in our Dapper culture, we need to tear it down brick for brick.
I wonder if we have worked at the same retail job you have. Let us know if it's a big retail chain, because we've had our hands in all of them. But yeah, I was born and raised there and moved to America when I was 20. You have to understand, Middle East is still pretty tribal, and that Muslim experience varies from family to family. Mine were forward thinkers and westernized, so we all learned English early on. Although my mom taught me English before, this is the other word, and I'm sorry, Farsi? Is that right?
Can I see it?
Farsi? It's hard to point it out because there's a lot here.
I believe that's
Farsi?
what it is.
Like
Yeah,
Farsi?
I'm sorry if we're fucking this up, but yeah.
I don't know what you expected. I tried to make sure I was saying all the words right, and this one snuck by me.
If you get that other one right, I'll give you a dab.
Oh, I won't now because there's too much pressure. And I forgot what it was. Anyway, we always had alcohol at the family get-togethers, even though it was forbidden, and if you got caught, you could get lashed for it.
Lashed? Whipped?
I'd imagine
for drinking alcohol.
Yeah, we're gonna have to break this down after I read the whole thing because there's a lot to it. It says, where is the moral police, which it was an actual branch of police. Now to see me on the beach in my bikini, chowing down on a bacon cheeseburger and chugging beer. I don't know if I read that right. This is falling apart. But that was Iran. I fucking hate my life. 8 years ago. I'm so sorry. This is such a great submission.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I'm in too deep now. That was me putting my cigarette out. I'm not crying at all. My mom still lives back in the motherland and tells me things are different now. Boys and girls are living together before marriage. Women smoking in public. Alcohol is a staple, and even though moral police still exist, it's not active. I never had any problems with wearing, this is the word, and I forgot it.
Let's hear it.
See, there's so much pressure. Hijab. I'm so sorry. I just don't read.
We're not culturally insensitive.
No,
we just can't read.
I just can't read. Please put it on my tombstone. I won't be able to read it. Never had a problem wearing it.
You're dead. You're not going to read shit.
You don't know. Hell is just me having to read words.
Probably
having to read words that I don't know. And I'm just just sweating. They're like, it's hot in here, right? And I'm like, no, it's the anxiety.
Satan just points out disestablishmentarianism, and you're just like,
it's like when you're in class and you see the word coming up and you're reading out loud and you're just like, it's the gif of Jordan Peele sweating. That's how I feel right now. Never had a problem covering up. That never bothered me. I was a fugly, shy, depressed, suicidal teenager.
Weren't we all?
Who was perfectly fine without the male gaze and being deemed desirable, so that never bothered me. As far as why I'm here, I met my now husband of 7 years. We have been together for almost 10. A few months after I turned 18, turned out he was in the Marine Corps, and that meant we couldn't get married or live anywhere near the Middle East, so I moved to America and we got married. But if there is one thing I want people to know about Muslims, it is that for most of us immigrants, our language and religion are our last ties to the cultures we left behind. I still identify as Muslim, even though, as I said, there's nothing Muslim-like about me. I mean, both of you guys follow me on Insta. You see the kind of shit I'm up to. Allah wouldn't approve. But nonetheless, it's the last thing I have from my old life. That is the case for most immigrants, specifically Muslims. So yeah, that's that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you for a very
that was
well written.
That's one of the best submissions we've gotten. That was really
I like
great.
when people tell us a good story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a bad word speaker.
Even though you're talking to a fucking microphone every week.
Well, we don't. This is why everybody's like, do you ever script anything out?
Just
no,
like,
because
no.
it would be that. It would be me sweating and stumbling over.
This is why we have
everything.
to do it out of our ass.
Because otherwise I'm a buffoon.
I want to harp on the moral police. That's a really interesting
I had heard
concept.
of that before. I didn't know if it was like for real, and it sounds like now it's not as much.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like something where it's more like a cultural staple kind of thing, where it's like they just have it now because it's something that's always been, but it's not something they really enforce, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what, like, I mean...
What I want to know is, it sounds like if you got caught drinking alcohol, she said you would get lashed. So, like, would the police, like, was it like public lashing? Would they come into your home? Because, like, how fucking scary would it be just you and me sitting here having a couple of beers? A moral police comes in and just starts whipping us in the dungeon here because we're just having some drinks, you know?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Well, that's just like a lot of, what's the country that like caned that kid for, you remember in the 90s, there was a big deal. I remember it from a Weird Al video. Mm-hmm. They do shit like caning, or the places that'll like cut your hand off for stealing. Like, that's one thing about America that I think we like forget, because I've never been to another country, and like America has plenty of its own faults and too much freedom. But yeah, you don't think about like, or even like DJ Esco, Future's DJ, when he got caught with like weed residue and was just locked up for the 56 nights.
Yeah,
and like. They were just like, yeah, we don't know. There's someone in the jail with him that had been in there, an American in there for 10 years for stealing a candy bar in Dubai.
Ridiculous.
So, like, there's shit. Yeah, we take a lot for granted to truly have true freedom.
Yeah, really got true freedom over here.
Yeah, because, imagine, like, just like you said, just drinking a cup. I love drinking beers. If I had to get lashed, that might be worse than getting
drinking a beer right now.
Yeah, I've had 6 beers before we got here.
Imagine if some dude just came down and started whipping me in the back just for having these beers.
I would consider not drinking anymore.
Yeah.
But I probably still do.
Yeah, of course. But that's what it sounds like.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's what like I like the ending talking about like
I think that's a really poignant thing to point out, because I think what a lot of people let's just face it, in America these days there's tons of Islamophobia. There's way too much of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, which I've never understood.
Well,
I don't understand.
I mean, it's kind of like how, you know, back in the 80s we were afraid of the Russians and everything like that, and Russians were stereotyped and scrutinized. That's why in all those 80s movies the bad guy's always Russian, because and that's why
when America gets an enemy in their head,
they just roll with it. Well, I mean,
God.
like they have fucking like shows like Homeland now, where it's just like they have to typecast like actors as like Middle Eastern terrorists on shows and stuff like that, because in America's eyes that's what the enemy is, you know. And
we all know 9/11 was an inside job.
100%. I don't want to harp on it.
What happened at Tower 7?
Jesus Christ.
Alex Jones, call 4027.
Fuck
Dapper.
Alex Jones. I mean, he's probably looking for work.
He could
so
push that chest together.
No, he probably could.
Oh God.
But Islamophobia has never made sense to me, because when you really break it down, Islam is a religion of peace. I'm gonna fuck up this word, but
let's just keep it going.
It's like Abraham, like in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Judaism, Islam, and Christianity are all considered Abrahamic faiths. Like
I'm glad you had one that you had trouble with.
Well, because they're all centered around the same ideology. It's just different leaders, like different ideas in those religions, you know. So truly, Islam is not that much different than Christianity in terms of its value sets, everything like that. Well, and just like everything else, you know, people, well, what about ISIS? What about terrorism? It's like, well, what about the Ku Klux Klan? What about Westboro Baptist Church?
Group of people?
Well, it's just like everything else. And if you have if in religion, you're going to have people who follow it. They're good people, and that's going to be 99% of the majority. But you're going to have that 1% that are crazy extremists about it, you know, just like there's that fucking movie Red State that Kevin Smith made, where it's about fantastic movie about the crazy fucking Christians doing the crazy shit
in a small, like, one-person metal camper, like the ones people live in, out in, I don't even know,
like the one where the kids got tied up and shit in the movie.
Smaller than that, like just the one, like just like the one you tie behind your truck, out in the middle of nowhere. And that movie in that scenario, scary.
Well, and I mean, like, think about this. Like, let's say you and I, because in a lot of times, one of the big things people talk about with Muslims these days is the fact they are fleeing to other countries because of all the terrible shit that's happening in their motherlands, in their homelands and stuff like that. And it's like, if this was here in America and there was like extremists trying to come to your house and kill you and your family and stuff like that, you would want to get the fuck out of here,
Of course.
But you can't escape who you are. Mentally, you are already set into your ways by the time you're a teenager. A lot of the things that you say and do now were already ingrained in you when you were younger. So it actually, it's really beautiful, but it's something I never really considered before, that's like the last little bit of their culture and stuff that they're hanging on to,
It's like, to imagine like losing everything besides that, like your moral identity.
Like picture this, man. Picture fleeing America. Like let's say like tomorrow we wake up and there's like there's like terrorists in America who are coming around and they're just killing people for abstract crazy reasons. We decide to flee America. It's not like we're just going to suddenly forget that we're American and forget all the things that we were taught. Regardless of where we go in the world, we're going to bring our culture with us because that's who we are as people. And
that's what this is, like a more ingrained culture that you're more of a part of as well.
Right. And to be 100% honest with you, I have never met, regardless of ethnicity, I've never met a Muslim that was like mean to me, rude to me, terrible to me.
I worked with a lady who was a Muslim and like I'm still friends with her on Facebook. I worked with her and she was like the sweetest lady I've ever met. Well, and she would get shit where like people would talk shit to her, and that's what like I hate
and like
picture
that. Picture we went to another country and people just shit on us for being American. Yeah, like they were not just shit on us, were terrified of us just for existing. Like we imagine not being able to go to the store without people looking at you and like whispering behind your back just because you're American, just because you look a certain way.
That's what I mean. I like to think that like no one is judged for anything in my mind,
which is a lie because
but that's what I always think. And then because
we don't go around and judge people.
Can't even get a word in edgewise. I don't know. I don't have much to add to this, but yeah, I do appreciate the submission. I don't know if I have any other question. My big thing is like, it must be crazy to like meet someone and have to move to marry them.
Yeah, I'm curious about like what the culture shock was like for her,
And also like, I don't know. It doesn't 10 years married, 7 years. Right after you turned 18, it's just like I don't know if I have the utmost faith in marriage, so I feel like I would be worried to get married that I'm going to get divorced. Imagine marrying someone and having to move to a different country and change your entire life, and like it seems like it's working out pretty well. 7 years. Congrats to you guys.
Yeah.
We'll be at your when you renew your vows. We'll officiate it.
I mean, I wouldn't be above that.
I would fucking love to. I'll put on a collared shirt for that.
I'll dress up in a whole costume.
I'll only wear a collared shirt.
I'll do it.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, with the V.
Finally get to show it.
Fuck yeah,
that's a wedding. But yeah, imagine like getting married and having to go to a different country and uproot your whole life. Like
change everything.
People like if I wanted to marry someone in like California and I moved to California, that'd be crazy. Imagine moving to a different
imagine if I met like a German woman or like a French woman and I was like, hey man, I'm moving to Europe.
Yeah.
So I can be with this woman and marry her.
So you can start smoking cigarettes on those attachments.
Oh hell
like Cruella de Vil. But yeah, very, very good. One of the better like real submissions.
Yeah, no, Gravy, thank you so much for that. That was really informative.
I forgot that we had asked about that, so thanks for coming through.
And just as a tail end piece of this, I just want to say to anybody listening, if you encounter Muslims in your everyday life, if you just be kind to them, because
be kind to everybody. Unless they're causing physical harm to you or someone you love, then leave people the fuck alone for whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like there's no reason.
No one's hurting you, then there's no problem.
There is no reason to attack people just because they're different than you.
Not at all.
And like there's no reason to be
so much energy towards hating people.
And one of the biggest things we get confused in this country.
It's going to be so great for the next submission.
Yeah,
it's going to be so good. You have no idea.
I just want to say that like there is a big difference between being a patriot and loving your country and then being a xenophobe and hating people. And it's like hating people is not the American way. That is not why this country was founded. We weren't founded.
Just keep fucking your flag.
Just keep fucking the flag. Keep to yourself. Don't hurt people.
Get
and
that
for the
snake
love of
flag and keep it to yourself.
Please no steppy.
Yeah. Like the one with the ball gag on it. That's like step all over me. The next submission, remember, don't hate people.
Don't hate people. Love everyone.
The next submission is from James Hitler, and that's j.hitler@gmail.com. Is that Jim? under an alias? Because it was
Is
Jim
it?
Hitler, right?
Yeah, it was Jim Hitler.
Can be James.
Yeah.
James can be Jim. So
is this Jim Hitler?
Or is this your brother? Is this Jim's brother?
Jim's brother James.
Jim's
They're
brother
both James Hitler. One just goes by Jim.
Yeah.
Twins.
Twin Hitlers. One evil.
I saw a thing online today that said my parents gave me $20 and said take your brother to the movies. We're setting up a surprise party for him. Don't have him back until 2. And that's when I figured out I was the least favorite twin.
Nice. Yeah. If you have twins, you got to kill one. So yeah.
One's evil.
Yeah, one is evil. I've seen this in person. So yeah, James Hitler. The title of this submission is Juggalo Genocide.
Thank you, God. I knew I was going to be able to stand behind Jim Hitler's ideologies.
Yeah, the good Hitler. And it says, God, I fucking hate Juggalos. Real honest question. What's the nicest vehicle you've ever seen a Hatchet Man sticker on? I doubt it's anything over a 98.
That's a fair assumption.
I will correct this because I remember vividly seeing this car around Rockford forever. I think the cars are called Cube, where it's like that car with the back window that like wraps around.
Yeah.
I saw a Hatchet Man sticker on a Cube. And I would see it around town because I think it had another big sticker, like they had a DJ service, which is incredible. Because that, if you're going to jump to conclusions, means their DJ set is just chock full of ICP.
Twisted and Hobson and ICP.
Imagine you book a DJ for your wedding, got great references, good Yelp reviews, all the shit. Comes
5 stars.
Sets it all up, real nice, everything. He's playing all the shit you want to hear.
Starts playing chicken hunting.
Well, no, he plays like Shout. You got him out there. First Dance. They come out to Welcome to the Jungle for some reason. It's all going good. They're playing all the good ones. He's playing Crank That, Everybody's Dancing. He just throws on some ICP, and he like bends down, fixes some cables, stands up, clown makeup, fucking
huge
Faygo,
Hatchet Man,
Faygo all over the wedding, and a bunch of your fucking family is so pumped, and you're like, oh god,
fucking grandma's like down with the clown, just pulls out a hatchet chain she's been hiding underneath
pulls
everything.
Up her dress, and it's just a huge Hatchet Man fucking tummy tap.
I'm thinking Hatchet Man tramp stamp.
Oh, I could only wish, but
now,
it looks like a short Hatchet Man because of all the wrinkles.
Now here's a realistic question for you. Let's set up a scenario here.
I'd love it.
Dad Squad, Madison, the prof show. We have to catch an Uber for some reason. Uber pulls up, Hatchet Man sticker on the back.
Okay.
What do we do?
I fucking ask my favorite questions, which is just, what's the craziest thing you've seen in Uber?
Yeah, well, one time I was coming back from the gathering.
Yeah. Well, Prof is played at the gathering. That's what I do.
That's why there was Juggalos there.
I do want. Yeah, that's exactly what I do want to say. I've known some people that are good people that listen to ICP.
Yeah,
it is out there.
In fact, our boss where we used to work was an ex-Juggalo.
You'll have to be more specific.
I don't want to say his name on the show.
Chops?
Not Chops. The other one.
I don't know.
Will you bleep it?
I don't feel like bleeping it.
Okay,
I think I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our direct manager that we had.
See, there's just so many hands in the
Well,
pot
he was an ex-Juggalo, but apparently when he would have too many beers, he would still get out the white Hatchet Man bandana and put it on and put the chain on and everything.
Do you have to go
like
to
that.
meetings to
I don't think you have to go to
Juggalo?
meetings. I think you but I mean, like, it's supposed to be like a family thing, right?
Yeah,
So like, how do you
so it's,
eventually
like, running away?
How do you tell your gang of Juggalos and Juggalettes that you no longer want to be down with the clown and their weird family?
I mean, I think you just run away.
What I want to see is I want to be like driving to work and like hear like chicken hunting being blared out of the car next to me and look over and it's just a dude in like a 3-piece suit with like a Starbucks latte, like earpiece
the
in, taking
Workaholics
business.
episode.
Yeah, pretty much
It's
that.
like, yeah, he's talking about doing sales.
Walking, talking diarrhea people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Care
know.
for a Faygo?
Yeah, I just I don't get it. But yeah, I feel like leaving the ICP lifestyle's got to be
Rough.
difficult.
Yeah.
I still want to go to the gathering. Yeah.
Only if the Dapper Dads are invited as like MCs will I go to
No,
the
they throw
gathering.
rocks at you.
I don't care.
I'll
let them.
No, they throw a firecracker in Waka Flocka's face.
Ooh, that's just disrespectful.
So well, yeah, I think it's disrespectful to throw a firecracker in everyone's face.
What if they threw it in Russ's face?
No, that's a true.
That's the
hero.
utmost respect.
Yeah, I mean, someone please do it already. Yeah, I want to go to the gathering.
Okay.
I've wanted to for a long time.
Let's do it
every year.
If you want to see the Dapper Dads, go to the gathering and film it. Let us know.
Imagine that video
The only way I will go to the gathering is if it is funded by our fans. I will not buy the ticket. I will not do anything. If this is 100% crowdsourced, the Dapper Dads will go to the gathering and we will film the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, you have to get 4 tickets. The whole Dad Squad has to
Oh yeah, the whole
as security.
Picture Cole in the makeup. We lose him. He comes back. He's got all the clown.
I just don't think he comes back
at all.
It's like his new Bonnaroo.
Oh Christ! Don't even speak that into existence.
I could see it. He loves a good time, and
he does, and I feel like he would just start having a really good time. They love a questionably good time.
Yeah, too much freedom. I've heard you can buy every drug there, and there's a line where a woman will just blow everybody.
Yeah, I specifically remember reading a story about the gathering where this couple like ran out of money because they spent it all on like ICP merch, and they were selling like $1 hand jobs and $2 blowjobs and $3 fucks.
Those are going rates.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that those aren't going rates, but I mean, like, are you gonna trust a $2 blowjob from a juggalette?
If I get in early, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess that is the time to do it. But I mean, does she have water like the whole time? Are people like giving her water, or is she like just getting dry mouthed eventually? Because I'd
assume it would be Faygo. Do you think juggalos drink water?
I'm sure some.
Do you think they're very hydrated people?
No, I don't. I think these are the kind of people who only drink soda and don't drink water at all.
Yeah, I could have been a Faygo I could have been a Faygo.
I could have been
a juggalo for like 20
This is what
years.
I want. I want 22. I want a good juggalo to submit to us. Like if you're a good juggalo, you're like a family man.
They definitely listen to this.
I'm just saying, man. Like there's got to be somebody out there that's like a good. I want submissions from good juggalos. Like I want to hear about your life.
Who are like
even if you know a good juggalo, like let us know. Like I want to meet the juggalo.
I know
that's
a good juggalo.
I want to know the juggalo
that
that's
always
like
goes to shows. That's a good juggalo.
I want to know a juggalo that's like volunteering in their community and like giving to charity and stuff like that. But
passing out soup at the homeless shelter.
Yeah,
whoop, whoop.
But it's just, but it's like super down with the clown in their free time. Like you go, they've got like a whole like man cave, but it's all ICP'd out. They've got everything on vinyl. They've got like little figurines and everything. But like they're super good people. Like I just want to meet this fucking guy. They got to be out there.
Yeah, I've met people who are.
I'm good to know Jim Hitler stands with our anti-juggalo James, I'm glad to know James Hitler stands with our anti-juggalo ideology, though. I can definitely stand behind that.
Please confirm if you're regular Jim Hitler or if you know him. We're still trying to get in touch with him.
Still trying to get him on the show.
Yeah, but we have one more submission. It comes from Anthony Ligma. Slim, what does Ligma mean?
You're not gonna get me with this one.
You could have just said it. I didn't ask you. Yeah, whatever.
You can lick my balls.
Yeah, see, I wasn't asking that. Yeah, you fucked everything up. I hate this episode.
Per usual.
The email is findme@reallifedickparty.com.
Ugh. Where's the fake life dick party at? That's what I want to know.
Is that just like a bunch of like I have to find you in a sea of dicks?
Yeah, like how am I going to know it's you?
I don't think either of us want that.
No.
Also, this is Anthony from the Gore Score.
Has to be.
Well, yeah, it very clearly is. I just met him in person. Solid guy.
Fantastic guy. The changes I've seen that guy go through since knowing him as a child to now as an adult, he is a very well-rounded, kind human being.
Yeah, it's probably because of all the real life dick partying.
Probably.
Right? It probably changes your life.
Man, shout out to you, Anthony Ligma. You are doing good things out here. I'm proud of you, bud.
The submission says, "Hey dads, loving the show. Keep up the good work. We won't." Another problem that I do want to emphasize, because I look stupid, a lot of times there's typos, and it's just it's one of those, some of them are typos where you're like, I don't even know what the fuck is. And I think what it means to say is, so all men know that we can't control our boners and it sucks.
Yeah.
It always happens at the weirdest and most inappropriate of times, at least for me. So where is the weirdest or most inappropriate time you've gotten a boner? A boner.
I got a boner.
I got a boner.
I got a big fat boner.
Bonered over here.
I got a big old boner in my pants for you, baby.
Signed, your friend Anthony Ligma. Thanks, Anthony. Ligma balls.
You can lig all of our
Finally
nuts.
got it. Yeah. The kids. I'm with the kids in an appropriate sense.
I used to be cool, but then they changed what cool was. And now what is cool is strange and weird. It happened to me, and it's going to happen to you, Anthony Ligma.
I'm the who's who of who. So yeah, boners.
Something I've been dealing with.
Yep. I like a good recent
well,
one.
no, and this is very recent. Like, so since I've lost a ton of weight, like I've been getting more frequent random boners because lower blood pressure, everything like that. Everything's
bigger
good.
dick.
I've been getting walking boners, which is like a crazy
Take
hard
it up
thing
and
to
walk
do.
away.
No, I mean like you're just walking around. Like I walk around a lot in my job because I'm a
And
supervisor.
you're constantly hard.
Not constantly, but like I'll just be walking around and then it'll just come out of nowhere and it's like pressed up against my leg and shit. But it's one of those things where you're trying to walk it off.
You have a downward boner?
Well, I mean, like I lay it against my.
Tuck it?
I mean, I don't tuck it. It's like laid against my. I mean, you got to tuck it to one side.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Which side?
Right side.
Ooh, left side.
Really?
Mm.
This is the.
Yeah,
Okay, this is the new divide.
one. Yeah.
Okay, do you tuck your dick on the right side
we
of your
just
pants or the left?
opposites?
It's possible. It's very possible. Okay, boys. If you're a boy out there, or if you're not,
If you have a penis.
If you can be a girl with a penis. Go ahead and.
Or if you just have a huge clit.
Let it. Yeah, I've seen some
Sorry.
scary. No, I've seen some scary
See?
ones.
I say something that I feel might be bad, and then you just.
Because I've seen some scary big clits on the internet.
Yeah, we've all seen things on the internet. I saw that person getting Fruit Loops eaten out of their ass.
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. That happens a
but
lot.
I can't think of like weird places I've gotten boners, but just recently I've been dealing with walking boners, and it used to be a thing like
Sounds like for some reason it makes
sounds
me
like
think
a
of
medical condition,
Yeah, like the whooping cough.
like walking
You gotta
pneumonia
walk-
or something like
yeah.
that.
My
I got
dick's so
walking
sick, I've
boners.
got a walking
Well, it's
boner.
like because it's like, what do you do? Like you think, oh, I got a boner, I'm gonna walk it off because you're gonna walk it up. But what do you do when you're just?
think that.
I've been told that. I've heard that. Like you just walk
Walk
it
off
off
a boner?
Yeah, just walk it off because like you get up, you're moving around, you get the blood flowing to your legs and everything
No.
like that. The boner goes away.
No.
Also, a really fun thing.
No.
Also,
I
here's
think that someone is just trying to get you to walk around with a huge boner.
Well, it's been working because I've just been walking around with huge
Yeah.
boners, and I wear tight
Someone-
pants when I go to work, and so it is. I'm
Someone
glad
duped you.
nobody stares me in the dick when they talk to me.
Sometimes the tight pants are better because it doesn't give it the freebie of like
I
a
don't think you
sweatpant.
understand the ferocity of my boners.
Well, if you had a sweatpant, it would just be like out there.
Just
you know
out
what
there?
I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes my jeans are tight.
The
and
jeans
then,
are
and then it
restrictive in a
looks-
good way.
Then it looks nice. You know
Oh,
what I
it looks
mean?
gnarly.
'Cause when
Yeah,
it's-
because I mean, like
when it's
I'll take a
poking-
look sometimes because I'm like, how noticeable is this thing? You know,
finger
I look down and I'm like, holy shit, that thing is bullshit.
Because we like a basketball short sweatpant boner
Oh,
where it's
yeah.
like super firm and you're like, look at that thing. But sometimes when I see it rocking down the side of my leg in some tight jeans, I'm like, that thing looks thick.
I'm like,
And
this
it's
is
not.
no
It's not
at
even
all.
thick.
It's just the jeans making it look
The
that way. It's
jeans,
all an
yeah.
illusion.
It's all in the jeans.
Not tricks. Tricks
why I
are
don't
for
take-
whores. It's an illusion.
That's why I don't take my pants off when I make sweet.
Always
Passionate love?
Always keep the blue jeans on when you're making passionate lady sex.
Mm-hmm.
Boy sex, the jeans come off.
You shouldn't have said that one. You
Why?
Just shouldn't. That one's upsetting.
If we can support ladies with peepees, we can definitely support boy sex with pants
no,
on.
no. I don't, you can't use these terms anymore.
Already have.
I'll edit it
They
out.
call it bang cock, not bang cunt.
Okay, that I will edit out just because I don't know. And then everything. Then I'm like, edit it out, and it sounds like we said something like
Way
upsetting,
worse.
or leave it in, and people are like, "That's upsetting. We can't win with you." I'm gonna start giving you written warnings, or like,
And I'm going to rip them up in front of your fucking face
well,
and
that's
throw them
another
back
one.
at you like
That's
confetti.
another one. That's another one.
Do it. Write it up right now.
I
Write
don't
me
have
up,
paper
motherfucker.
or
Didn't
pen.
think so. Now
Also
you're
can't write.
constantly unprepared.
I said
Look
I'm
at
going
you.
to.
Yeah, going
And I also
to.
need to learn how to write some of the words I want to write to you.
Let's see you follow through, I
Just
guess.
me in a dictionary, like, yeah, that's gonna work.
That,
Nice.
if
If it's penned well enough, you won't be able to rip it up.
you got a thesaurus at home, you're looking up all these great adjectives for how you could insult me. I would love a good
adjective.
nothing like good adjectives out there. What about you, man? What's some weird boner situations you've been in?
I can't think of like a specific time. I've probably tried to repress it. I don't get random boners in my old age. I barely get functional boners anymore.
Oh, I've heard.
That was told to you in confidence when we were standing naked trying to choose which bed in the hotel we were going to sleep in.
I didn't hear it from you.
Yeah, everybody talks about it. No, I have totally functioning boners, whatever, guys.
Sure, okay. Yeah, you sound very
From
convincing.
time to time. Just not into it anymore. Kind of over boners.
Not into getting boners?
Yeah, not random ones. I will. I
I
don't
love
know.
getting random ones more if I knew they were going to be taken care of, you know? Because it's
don't
like
think you can say
I
that.
feel like it's wasted sometimes, you know? It's like you get like a real good random boner and like it's one of those
That's
rock
how I feel
hard
every
things.
morning I wake up.
Just
I'm
a
like,
random wasted one. You ever wake? I'm just thinking about when I woke up at the cabin and I just had to look you in
we
the
all
face.
try to not think about that.
Ugh, that was
Um,
a ridiculously hard. That's an awkward. That's the most recent awkward boner I
yeah,
had.
that, I can
When I
confirm
passed
that.
out on the couch at the cabin, got woken up by drama trying to sneak around the house, sneak around the cabin, making eggs early in the morning.
No,
Looked
it's
me
trying
in.
to find curd.
Oh yeah, because he
you
was
knew where
out.
he was, and you lied to me with a boner. That's the most upsetting
I
part.
can't tell the truth when I have a boner. It's a habit I've developed with women over the years.
You're like the opposite of Pinocchio?
Yeah, except it gets longer every time I tell the truth.
Why wouldn't you just tell the truth?
Because I hate telling the truth.
You hate it so much that you won't increase your dick size.
Hell no, I'm a man of principle.
It's like
I will not let my good work be tainted by the American dollar.
It's like a Pornhub ad where it's like, make your dick bigger by telling the truth. And everyone's like, nah,
That
not
sounds like
today's
that sounds like a Christian Mingle ad.
Yeah, I'm sure they advertise getting boners all the
Well,
time.
I mean, you're gonna bone your wife eventually, like
after marriage.
yeah, but I mean,
And a
that's
firm talking to.
That's no fun. I can't have a firmie after a firm talking to. That's just not how it works.
That's the only way it works for me. That's why I don't get random ones anymore. No one talks to me.
So when I talk to you really firmly, you'll get a nice hard boner.
I don't know if it's nice anymore. It's just is what it is.
Debatable.
You get them in school, I think, was always my big thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the perfect, most awkward boner that used to happen, and I feel like I've talked about it before, but you gotta get awareness out there. Gym class, exercise bike.
Yep.
Just flopping back and forth.
Yep.
It's gonna do it. You don't get that kind of motion.
I constantly would get boners in my 8th grade math class for some reason, which was weird because the teacher was like an old hag.
School was very hard.
Gang, 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 gang.
Yeah, I
thought it was my cock, but my Glock very hard.
Yeah, that's a problem I have. Is you think I have a boner? I'm walking around your job as well. We both have boners. Mine's just my Glock.
I like to think of us like synchronized stepping.
Boner.
Yeah, but synchronized steps, synchronized directions as well. But obviously yours is on the left and mine is on the right. So together we're one hard-cocked monstrosity.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Does that mean we have
yeah.
synchronized boners throughout our life when we're not near each other?
Well, I mean, you hear all the time about like girls having their
like
cycles
you get a
synced up.
random one and you're like, what the fuck? And I'm
So
just like jerking off at home.
Does this mean I got to start texting you every time I get a random boner?
I'd prefer not to. Why
I'm
don't
going
you text
to.
Anthony?
I don't have his number, or I would.
Anthony, send us your number.
Anthony
text,
Ligma, send me your
text
number.
4027 Dapper. That's 4027-327.
Find out if Slim has a random boner.
Yeah, just pop in. But yeah, I feel like I get like random ones just sitting around sometimes. You get in your mind, you get a sex flashback. You really are like in it, and then you're like, oh, I didn't need this. And I just think about like math or like something, baseball.
Here's a fun Dapper tip for you. If you ever have to piss really, really bad and you like just can't go right at the moment, if you even just think about sex, the urge will go away because your body starts getting confused because it's like, oh, I want to fuck, but I can't fuck when I got can't piss when I got a hard on. So your body wants to, it starts fighting it. So like if you ever got to piss really bad, just start thinking about like crazy hardcore fucking, and then it helps a little bit.
I usually am.
I've tested this.
I pissed through a lot of boners.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right.
I don't think it is, but I was going to say I don't think it's hurting me, but actually maybe yes.
It's definitely hurting you.
Because there's spores in your cock. And to prevent the pee.
You're going to get that toxic shock syndrome if you hold it in for too long.
Yeah, so I got to pee with a boner because I always have a boner. But yeah, I don't know. I wish we had a fun one like church or something.
I've never been able to get an erection in church.
I have in the church parking lot, if you know what I mean.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a parking lot. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah, all my boners are in parking lots nowadays.
Hell yeah.
I have it. Another one is like I wear basketball shorts a lot in my day-to-day life, and then just walking. I think anytime my dick can flop back
around.
and forth.
Yeah. Once it's got that free
get
air
there.
like that, it just feels the
and
need.
Especially, and like it's fall right now, so you put on some basketball shorts, and you get that fall air creeping up your shorts real nice. And then, yeah, it's from there. And that's the worst because I feel like I get more boners in more comfortable clothing where the boners are way more visible.
That's the point. It knows.
Like my jeans, I can tuck it, but
it's got a mind of its own.
Basketball shorts, you can't. I also have a thing where if I'm in a car and I'm trying to curb this little habit because I think it looks bad. But if I'm like wearing basketball shorts or like shorts that are soft and kind of thin, I'll just realize I'm playing with my balls because they're just sitting right there, and I'll have my hand like I'll be on my phone. And I set my phone, my hand kind of falls there. And I'm like, oh, these are my balls, and then I won't be thinking about it, and I'll just be like flopping them. And I do this a lot.
Do you do the flop or do you do the pinch and twist?
What?
The pinch and twist.
Of your balls?
Well, I mean, you don't just grab the ball itself, but if you got to like itch your nutsack, you don't like just scratch your nutsack.
I do.
Really?
I'm not pinching and
It's
twisting.
not like a hard pinch. It's like a
skin or ball.
Skin, not the
Yeah,
ball.
I'll tug on the skin sometimes.
Yeah, you got to
but
tug on
just
your
for
ball
fun.
sack just to get the itch to go away. So you got to stretch it out, air it out a little
I'll
bit.
tug
you know?
my ball sack just to get it like unstuck from my thighs.
Well, yeah, who
sometimes.
doesn't?
Yeah, okay. But I'm just not pinching and twisting. Sounds.
Pinch and twist is probably the wrong like phrase.
seems
Pinch
like
implies something like hard. It's
Yeah.
not like it's like a gentle like
Yeah.
like tug and twist, I guess you could say.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Is this going to be one of those things where we have to find out how everybody scratches their nuts differently now, too?
I guess so.
There we go. Let us know how you scratch your nuts or pussy, and let us know what side you tuck your dick on.
Jesus Christ.
What? This is what the people want.
You can
clearly
say other words.
What?
No, don't even fucking do it.
I was saying, you want me to get into this?
But what I was gonna say
How do
something
you
else.
scratch
but
your greasy gash?
No.
Yeah.
It's becoming a thing where I think we actually are gonna have to have a sit down about this.
No.
It's getting out of control.
It's never
Not
gonna.
even
Greasy
joking.
pussy's never gonna die, according to Gravy.
Well, that's fine. That's been an established thing. I don't even care.
You
about that
started the
anymore.
whole gash thing.
No, I was asking what the best word is.
Gash is just never gonna die, I guess.
That's not a good word.
It's a great word.
No, it's not. It sounds so vulgar.
That's what's great about it.
No, because we have women that listen to the show.
Are you assuming they don't have gashes?
Please, this isn't even funny anymore. Anyway, random boner, Slim's ruined, taken all my energy from the episode, so we're done now for the first time. He's fully ruined it. Go to www.thedapperdads.com.
Took me 62 episodes.
Leave a submission. These were all
Fantastic.
pretty good submissions, top notch. I feel like you could do better. That's just me, trying to make people submit.
Yeah.
No hate. Good submissions. Submit more. Call 4027-DAPPER, 402-732-7737, and fucking leave a voicemail. It's been
Talk
a minute
to us.
since
Text us. Do
it's
anything.
been a minute since a voicemail. So let's
Yeah.
get a voicemail. Tell us a story. Like the fucking Gravy submission story. Give us some stories. There's been some
love
good stories in the
stories.
past. We don't get a lot of stories. I still we'll talk about boners and shit and
But good stories
Juggalos,
like
but
that, you know?
Yeah, good quality stories. Tell us give us like a crazy drinking story. I feel like we used to get good crazy
Yeah.
drinking stories. I love those. It makes my soul warm.
Makes the world go round.
Yeah, so give us a good one. What are we? Yeah, by the time, and we'll be in Chicago Sunday.
Yep.
the
Come hang
14th
out with us.
of
Come
this
to
month.
Richards. Come drink with us. We'd love you all. We'd love to see your
We got
beautiful faces.
We got a long day. And
Beautiful long day.
we're doing other shit. Get in touch with us and yeah.
Love you all. Be your best.